Welcome to Yoga with Maryann. Good to see you back again today. We're going to talk about the lymph system during today's practice. It's very much like the circulatory system in our body. It's a network, a highway, if you will, throughout our whole body that moves a substance called lymph, which cleans and detoxes our body. But unlike the circulatory system, it doesn't have a pump like the heart. So it requires movement and gravity to really move that fluid through our body so we can clean and detox it. So let's get started and let's detox together. Okay, let's start by centering ourselves. Seat elevated, your sit bones elevated by blocks or a pillow. Vertebrae stacked one on top of the other, nice tall long spine. Check in with your posture. Make sure your ears are over your shoulders, shoulders over hips. And maybe just lay your hands palm up in a receptive posture. And start to relax and bring your focus to your breath. And today's focus will be how to detox our body. And the lymphatic system needs movement and gravity to move lymph, which is the fluid that cleans and detoxes our body, that takes out about 4 liters of toxins a day. It flushes out of our system. So yoga is really the organ for the lymph system. Because of all the twists and movement that we take in our yoga poses, we are actually stimulating our lymph system and helping to detox our body. So today I'm going to share with you a little lymphatic massage, and as we take different poses, you'll see how that benefits our detoxification. And just notice now that we've had a few minutes in stillness, if your breath is even on the inhales and the exhales. Because when you own your breath, no one can steal your peace. So let's own our breath this morning. Find that place of peace. And just bring your breath into account. To the count of 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale to the same count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if that seems too long, you can change your internal count to 3. And you do it on your breath, on your rhythm, for the next few minutes. Make this your last round with your eyes closed. And then bring your hands to heart center, thumb to chest, chin drop down. And maybe focus on that intention of owning your breath so that you can find peace. And as thoughts through this practice pop into your mind, just come back to that breath. And then from here, lift your head, flutter open your eyes, and we're going to take a lotus mudra with our hands. Mudra is movement and positions of our hands. So we've done this before. Bring your pinky and your thumb together and the heels of your hands together and let the internal 3 fingers flutter open like petals on a flower, like the lotus flower. So pinky and thumb is together, your index finger through your ring fingers are fluttered open, and then you're going to inhale, lift that lotus flower as far as you can up, lift your chin with it. On the exhale, you're going to bring it back together, bring your hands together like the petals are closing into a bud. Inhale, lift, and this time when you flutter open those petals and raise up, arch your back like you're doing a seated cow pose. And then exhale, bring those fingers in, thumb to chest. This time pull your back shoulder blades apart, pull your belly button to your spine like you're doing a cat. And let's take a few more of these. Inhale. Open those fingers, lift into cow. Exhale, bring that flower to a close, round that back. 2 more just like this. Inhale, nice and slow, lubricating that spine. And down. And we have a lot of lymph nodes under our arms. So as we lift and raise our arm up and then draw it back down, we're stimulating all those nodes underneath our armpits and across the top of our chest. Last one. And then slowly on your inhale, open your arms to cactus. Sit up nice and tall. Now your arms can be here in a W if your shoulders are a little wonky, but if you feel that you have the strength and the mobility in your shoulder blades, drop them away, drop your shoulders away from your ears and keep your elbows even with your shoulders. Good. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, you're going to take your right hand down to the mat and your left hand on your shoulder. And then just take a side body stretch, this nice lateral stretch. Now, if you feel it's in your practice and you can lift that arm to cactus, do that. And if you feel you even have a good yummy shoulder that you can extend it up overhead. If it's forward, it takes a little pressure out of your rotator cuff. You decide where you need to be today. Take a couple breaths here. Try to find softness in this pose. Keep both sit bones on the earth. Just opening up that side body, which we don't do nearly enough. Last time, come on back up. All the way back to cactus on your inhale. Nice and tall spine. Exhale, left hand to the mat. And you find your expression of this lateral stretch either here with your hands on your shoulders, cactus, or overhead. Whatever feels good in your shoulder. Try to keep that left shoulder and the right shoulder stacked on top, one on over the other. There you go. Nice side body. Nice relaxed breaths here, both sit bones on the earth. Stretching. And then slowly back up. Back to cactus on the inhale. Exhale, let's do that one more time. Inhale over. Take 3 breaths here. Find your expression. Inhale. Last breath. Not your last breath, but your last breath on this side. Come on back up. Inhale to cactus. Exhale. Let's try the other side for 3 breaths. Here. Deep breaths. You can sigh it out if you like. Inhale, come on back up to cactus. Hands back to heart center. And just take a minute. Now we're going to link. Let's switch our feet. If you had your left foot under, whatever one you had under, flip-flop them so that you can move them around a little bit. Keep that circulation flowing. Okay, now we're going to link breath and movement. So we're going to do it like a vinyasa flow. Same thing, starting with our lotus flower going into our side extension. And on the side extension, we're going to just do it like a teapot. We're going to all keep our hands here. Bring our elbows up. So here we go. Ready? Inhale, hands at heart center. All the way up on your inhale. Exhale, close that flower around that back. 3 of these. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one on this movement. Exhale. Inhale, cactus. This time we're going to add a clap. Come over to your right for a twist. Thoracic clap. There you go. Open back up to cactus on your inhale. Exhale over to your left. Back to cactus on your inhale. Again, inhale. Clap your right to your left for a twist. Inhale, back to cactus. Exhale, clap left to right. Whoop, right to left, sorry. Come on back. Exhale. One more last time on this movement. These nice small twists of your thoracic. Come on back. Exhale. And back. Drop your right hand to the mat, teapot. Just bring that elbow up, side body stretch. And back up. Cactus. Inhale, exhale, come on down. Teapot, those arms. Side body stretch. Inhale, back up to cactus. Last time on the teapot, drop your right hand. Inhale up. Exhale, teapot on your left. Inhale up. Hands to heart center. And so we moved our spine in all 5 directions. We rounded it for flexion. We lifted it for extension. We did our lateral side body and we twisted, rotated. So we're just warming up that synovial fluid. Come on up to all 4s. Check out your posture. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, toes behind your knees, hands and toes in alignment. Gaze is at the earth. Neutral spine, soft cervical neck. And just stay here for a second and check in with your breath. And then slowly begin to dip your belly, lift your chest for a couple of cat-cows. On your breath, nice and slow. And then come to a neutral spine and take your right foot and press your heel out for just a nice long stretch in your calf. Push that heel against the back wall. Your gaze is still down at the earth. Your core is engaged. You're pushing that heel back, stretching out that calf on your right leg. And just nice and breathe. Try to find softness here. So your lymph system starts at the top of your neck and it goes through your entire body, down your arms, through your abdomen, all the way down your legs. So all this stretching and movement just keeps that lymph fluid moving. Okay, bring that knee back down to the earth. Take a breath here. And then stretch out that left leg back. Keep your core engaged so that you can support your abdomen, can support your core rather, can support your lumbar spine. Push that heel back, keeping your gaze towards the earth. Push, push. Feel that calf muscle start to stretch and relax. And then bring that knee back to the earth. Expand your knees, extend them out to the side edges of your mat. Drop your belly all the way between your knees, toes together. Stretch out your arms if that feels comfortable. If not, keep your hands under your head. And just let your body sink, your belly sink between your knees so that you have a nice soft belly. And you're just stretching out that upper back and all the way down on either side of your glutes. And then slowly come back up to all fours. And this time we're going to do spinal extension or sunburst. So you're going to set up, check your alignment, and then extend your right leg out. And if it's in your practice today to raise your left hand, gaze is still down. Core is on fire, pushing away from the earth with your right hand. How do you feel here? Can you breathe? Use that count breath if you need to soften. You're strong in this posture. And then slowly release that knee and that arm back to the mat. And maybe you want to do some little side stretches. Just wiggle your butt side to side, stretch out that side body a little bit. And then when you're ready, get set up. And gently extend that left foot back and the right arm. Gaze is still at the earth. Let that left toe be pointing towards the earth, so you're still getting that stretch. Pull your belly up, so you're supporting your spine. And then slowly bring that knee and that hand back. Widen your knees, drop your belly. Into child's pose. And then come back to all fours. And you want to take your blocks and bring them to the front of your mat. On their low level. And then place your hands on the blocks. And then step your right foot between the blocks. To come into a lunge posture. Try to keep your knee over your ankle. And you can come up to a tall back for a minute. And just lean into that front foot. And if you have a table or a wall next to you want to use for support, by all means do that. And what you want to do is stretch that psoas muscle on the inside of your left thigh. That hip flexor muscle. So you can bring your blocks on the tall side and hold them back here close to you for support. That gives you more stability. And then just keep your gaze forward, chin even to the floor, parallel to the floor. So now we have all these nodes in around our groins. So when we move from this psoas stretch and bring your hip back into a hamstring stretch, and your toe points up, you're activating and stimulating those nodes. Things we don't even think about, right? Toe pointing up to the ceiling, and you're pulling that right hip back so that your hips are in straight alignment. And take a few breaths here. And you might want to bring those blocks even further back if you need to. Just feel the stretch in your hamstring, and just start to hinge at your hips a little bit forward, keeping a straight, long spine. And then drop that foot to the earth. Move those blocks forward for your psoas stretch. Breathe here, nice and tall. Checking in with that front knee, making sure it stays at a 90-degree angle. Shoulders up and down your back. And then exhale, come back to a hamstring stretch. Take the blocks with you, toes up. Pull that right hip back. Sit into that right hip a bit so you can feel the stretch all the way from your glutes down your hamstring. Toe is pointed up, using those blocks closer to your hips for support. And then come forward again into your psoas stretch. But this time, the next time we pull back into our hamstring stretch, we're going to turn our right foot out to the pinky side edge of our toe, side of our mat. I'll show you in a minute when we come back. A couple breaths here. And then come on back. And instead of lifting your toe, turn that right foot out. And then you're just going to lean forward. Hinge at your hips a little bit. And there's that IT band that comes all the way down that side of your leg that always gets tight when you walk a lot or you run. And this stretches that. And then slowly bring that foot back and bring your knees back underneath you to kneeling. Take a breath here. Take your blocks and let's bring the left foot forward. So you can do it in little steps and then take it out again. And you're leaning into your psoas stretch on your left side. So actually you're on your left. I just switched you because I was doing it on my side. So here we go. Okay, so we're all on the same side. Sorry about that. Checking in, make sure your knee is over your ankle. And then slowly sink that hip back, your left hip back. Pull that toe up to the ceiling. Nice, good adjustment. And breathe. Feel and take those blocks back to give yourself more support so you can keep a nice long spine. And feel the stretch from your glutes all the way down your hamstring. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your upper body. There you go. Just notice what sensations you feel in your body. And then slowly walk those blocks forward. Take that psoas stretch. Couple breaths here, nice long spine. One last time all the way back. Walk your blocks back with you. Stretch. And then drop that foot, turn it out to the side. Stretch that IT band. So you want it flopping out. Try to keep your legs parallel to each other so that you're not up here. Try to keep it closer in. There you go. And then just hinge at your hips, sink back a little bit, feel a deeper stretch. And then bring that foot back, slowly come back to your knees, and leave your left foot in front. Walk your blocks forward. Curl your back toes on your right leg, your right foot, and then just lift that back foot, and then rock it, and then walk it forward. Just a gentle bend here, forward fold, holding onto your blocks. And then slowly inhale, come all the way up to standing. Hands to heart center. Good job. Take your blocks, keep them handy. We're going to do some just gentle half sun salutations. So keep your blocks right in front of on the outsides of your feet. And keep your feet about hips width apart. And let's stand in our mountain pose, nice and tall. So check in, make sure your chin is over your shoulders over your hips. You're standing nice and tall. You're feeling your thighs spiraling in. And then come back up, all the way up. Hands to heart center. And then bring your hands out to a W. And extend your right arm all the way out with the palm facing down. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to do a lymphatic massage on our right hand. So you might want to even bring your right hand a little bit forward. And you're just going to bring your fingers and cascade them across your arm all the way up to your armpit and let it go. So take those fingers, just gentle pressure coming up your arm all the way through to your armpit and letting it go. Again, inhale. Bring that fluid in your lymph, in your arms, all the way up and moving it out. Then turn your wrist to face me, your palm to face me, and let's just gently massage the inside of our arms all the way up. Using slight pressure, just massaging that arm. You're grabbing it with your fingers and just pushing the fluid towards your armpit and then letting it go. One more time. Kind of like you're brushing your arm. Yeah, there you go. And then try to rotate your palms up to the ceiling and try to get underneath your hand and do the same brushing movements. And this time I'll go all the way through to your armpit and come down. Inhale, brush. Exhale, release. Couple more like this. And release. And just drop that right arm. And just notice the difference between your right arm and your left arm. Does your right arm feel a little lighter, a little tingly? All right, let's bring our arms back up. This time, let's do our left hand. So extend it with your palm down towards the earth. And take your right arm and just brush the top of your arm all the way to your shoulder. And do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Brush. Exhale. Release. One last one on top. Inhale. Take your time and release. And then face your palm towards me. Inhale, brush, and release. Inhale, brush, and release. Again, inhale, brush, and release. And turn your palms all the way to the back wall. Let's get the back, or however you are, palms all the way up. Let's do palms all the way up, and then you get underneath. There you go. And so you want to get underneath your armpits. So if your palms are facing the ceiling, you can brush underneath here, all the way up with that palm. And then you can get all the way up into your armpit. It's so important to move that fluid, because if we don't have a pump moving it, we got to do everything we can to get those toxins out of our body. So this is a really good way for the lymph nodes up here. And then shake out. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to cactus. Inhale, bend your knees forward, fold all the way down. Hands to the block. Drop your head. Just release your lower back. Let your head hang. Inhale, half lift. Bring your hands to your thighs, straighten your knees. Straight back, straight back. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Drop your head. Inhale, half lift. All the way up. Arms up. And hands to heart center. Relax your arms. Just tap your chest here. This is your thymus gland that produces the T cells that are really important for fighting infection. And this stimulates that. So just a little tap, a little love tap right here. Your thymus gland. Tap, tap, tap. And relax. Come on, arms up. One last time, forward fold, bend at your knees, all the way down. Hands to the block, keep your knees bent, drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your thighs, straight back. Exhale, hands to the blocks. Drop your head all the way up. And hands to heart center. Now, if you have a wall or a table or something that can support you, this would be a good place to come to that. You're going to take your blocks with you. You're going to stand up nice and tall. We're going to come into our tree pose. So you're going to engage your core, lift, straight spine. And then you can do one of two things. You can take your block and just do your tree this way, holding on, or you can try to lift it on your own, wherever you feel strong today. So you're either supporting yourself on a table, a wall, or whatever you need, or you're just leaving your foot on the block. But whatever you do, try to make sure you don't sink into that standing hip, so you're pulling that hip up, keeping your spine nice and long, turning that outside foot out. And then you can try to grow your branches. And don't sink into that standing hip. Pull that standing hip up. Can you turn the corners of your mouth up and smile? And find ease in this pose. And down. All the way down. Take a minute. If you have blocks, I want you to put them behind each other, making like a little wall, like a little bench. If you don't have blocks, then you can just stand on the floor and do this flat-footed. But you don't want to be standing on a pillow. You need stability. You need stability. So if you have blocks, you're going to come up with your outside foot onto the blocks, holding the wall. So you do need something for support. And you're going to inhale and lift that toe up to the front. Exhale, point that toe back. And you're trying not to lean forward and back as you do it. So if you don't have blocks, you're just coming up this way and sliding it through, kind of like a ballet pose, right? So we're up here on the block, if you have them, holding on to the side for support. Engage your core, lift it up. Right leg up, bring it through center. Don't shift your weight. Feel it in your glutes. Engage your core. We're moving the fluid in our lower body. Come back down. Squeeze your glutes. Try not to shift your hips back and forth. Feel it in your quads. Where do you feel it back here? Last one, inhale forward. Exhale back. And then bend your knee. Slowly step off the blocks. Take a minute. Let's go to the other. I'm just going to move over here. You can just switch directions when you're all set up. Let's just do our tree pose first, so you can you'd make your decision if you're just going to take your tree on a block, supported by the wall or a chair. You can use the back of a chair. There you go. Just pull that standing hip up. Breathe, feel nice and strong. And then start to grow your branches. You decide if you feel you can let go of the wall or the chair. Your call. Take your pose where you need it to be. Turn those corners of your lips up. There you go. And then come on back down. Now make your bench. And you're going to step up on that bench. Nice and tall. And then inhale, engage your core. Use your quads, lift it up. Exhale, back. Try not to shift your weight. Try to keep your shoulders and hips stacked. Inhale, lift. Where do you feel this? You feeling it on your standing legs, and your quads, and your glutes. Inhale, lift. And if you get a little cramp, take a minute. Shake out your hip. One more time. Inhale, lifts nice and slow. Can leave your hand on your hip if you like. And out. And then step down. And let's just take our hips and kind of open them up to the side, because we did a lot of work with those side glute muscles. Stretch it out. Feel all kinds of yummy. So now take your blocks and take that big pillow. We're going to come down to the mat and we're going to make our little ending structure. We're going to do a couple poses down here, and we're going to do a lymphatic leg massage when we get down here. So have your pillow and your blocks handy. Use your blocks, hold on to them, forward fold, bend one knee, and then the other, and then come around so that you can set up your for your final poses. So you want one block if you have it on the tall setting, one block coming right in front of it, making like an L. If you don't have this, you're going to use two little pillows. Stack them up on top of each other. And then you're going to take your big pillow and put it on top of here to make like a little ramp. Good. So you're going to take those two small pillows. If you're going to make a ramp with the pillows, you take the two small pillows like this, right? And then stack your ramp up this way, so that you get a little elevation. So what we're doing is we're trying to create an up the wall inversion here so that we can get the blood flowing back to your heart, right? Okay, so let's start this way with our heads back here. So you're going to bring your bottom to the edge of the chair, to the edge of your pillow, and just relax back. Just try to find softness here. Now, notice if your arms, the opening in your chest is too much. If that feels like it's too much, then take a pillow or a block and put it, or a blanket wrapped up, rolled up, and put it underneath your forearms so that you're not feeling stress or strain on your pecs, on your chest. And then just try to relax in this posture. Stay here for a minute. So the biggest lymph node we have is our thoracic duct, and it's right here in the middle of our chest, from the base of our neck all the way down to through our lumbar spine. It's long and narrow, and when we diaphragmatically breathe, our diaphragm contracts and releases, and it stimulates that lymphatic duct, right? That thoracic duct. So I want you to put your hand on your belly, your right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. And I want you to practice that 3-part breath that we've done many times. So you inhale, fill your belly, and feel that your diaphragm, your belly expand. And then your ribs expand out to the side, laterally. And then you're bringing that air all the way up into your chest. So let's just focus on one section at a time. So let's start with that inhale through your belly. Feel your belly rise. Feel your hand go up. And then release, bring that belly button back to your spine. Now inhale, feel your belly expand, but this time feel your ribs go out to the side, like they're pushing out right and left. And all the way up, and then exhale. And on your inhale, bring that breath all the way up. Feel it all the way to the top of your chest, all the way to your sternum, and then release. So a couple more deep breaths, intentionally focusing on filling your belly, expanding your ribs, lifting your chest, and releasing. Stimulating that thoracic duct, moving the lymphatic fluids all the way through that part of your body, detoxing, cleaning out our system. And when we breathe deeply like this, we also stimulate our vagal nerve, which comes from the back of our neck and runs all the way down through our body. And that is what puts us into the parasympathetic nervous system, which allows us to relax and digest. So all kinds of good things happen when you 3-part breathe. And then slowly bring your hands to the mat and lift your chest up and away from the pillow. Stay right where you are, leave your hips where they are. And you're just going to slowly swing your legs around so that they're going to go up the bolster. So your hips don't really move, you're just moving your legs and kind of walking your way around so that you can rest your legs on the bolster. Perfect. Hips are still closed. And then slowly let yourself come back down to the mat. And this is our version of legs up the wall. And just take your breaths here. If you feel like your pillow is too narrow, you can cross your legs. If you feel like your legs are going to slip off the pillow or the bolster. If you have an ottoman, you can just put your legs up the ottoman or a chair. Bring your calves to the chair, just kind of like an L like this, if that works better for you. And just try to relax your shoulders to the mat. Try to allow your upper body to melt into the mat. Just let your hands turn up, facing the ceiling. So this is a restorative pose and a detoxing pose because we're getting the fluids, the lymph fluids from our legs to flow and move and detoxify our system. So this is always a good restorative pose to use. Just take some nice relaxed breaths here. And then inhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Grab hold of the back of your thigh and extend that right leg straight up. Release your hands and then bend your knee. As you bend your knee, take your hands and we're going to do a massage on our legs like we did on our arms. On either side of your leg, you're going to bring your hands like you're brushing your legs all the way down to your groin. And release. Bend your knee, grab hold of the sides of your thigh and your shins, and rake your leg all the way down, past your thigh to your groin. Bend your knee, take it nice and slow, and just rake your leg, brushing it all the way down. And next time you bend it, try to get all the way back at your calf. Work the back of your leg, bring that down, rake it all the way down. Try to get all sides of your leg, front, sides, and back. Let this be your last one. And then just release that leg back to the bolster of the pillow. And just notice the difference in your right leg and your left leg. And then inhale, bend that left knee in. Hold it behind the thigh and straighten that leg straight up. Hold that stretch for a minute. You can keep a bend in your knee if your hamstrings are tight. And then bend that knee in and begin your lymphatic massage. So we're helping to drain the lymph nodes in our lower extremities. So try to get the tops of your legs and then the sides of your legs. And then the backs, so you're breaking it down all the way from your ankle down.
like you're brushing it. You don't want to massage it, you want to move it. You want to get it through those channels. So you're pulling it down. A few more. And then slowly release that leg. Feel how nice and yummy your legs feel. Relaxed. And then you can just take this as your final Shavasana resting pose. Or if you feel you want to move the pillow underneath your knees, or you want to do any small adjustments to make you more comfortable. But we'll take this as our final resting pose. And maybe in your Shavasana, you quietly repeat the mantra to yourself that I use my breath to calm my mind and my body. I use my breath to calm my mind and my body. And just slowly start to bring some awareness back into this room. Take your time, gentle movements of fingers and toes. And when you're ready, slowly release your feet from your pillow onto your side in a fetal position, whichever side is more comfortable for you. And just remember that there is power in your breath. There is the healing power that helps clean and detox our body. But there's also the power of mind control, controlling our thoughts so that they don't take us to a place that creates stress and disharmony in our body. Our breath is our superpower. Slowly make your way to a seated position. Hands to heart center, eyes still closed, head down. When we own our breath, no one can steal our peace. So I invite you all to use that superpower whenever you need it. To clean and detox your body. To soothe and calm your mind. And to find that internal peace that makes us all whole. So I thank you for sharing your practice with me, for shining your light and connecting it with mine. And I wish you blessings and gentle hugs. Namaste.